Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're going to pull back the curtain on a secret rule book, a mathematical rule book that, believe it or not, is running pretty much everything. Your bank account, your phone's password, you name it. It's this hidden world of patterns, and I promise, once you see it, you are going to start seeing it everywhere.
So where do we even begin? Well, it all kicks off with a simple mystery. See, there was this student, Arian, and he started noticing the same exact behavior popping up in totally different places. Kind of weird, right? Okay, first up, he looks at a regular old clock, and he thinks, wait a second, if it's 5 o'clock and I add 9 hours, it's not 14 o'clock, right? Nope, it's 2 o'clock. The whole system just resets. It's a closed loop. It always comes back to the start. Then he's looking at a traffic light, and what do you know? Same deal. It follows this super strict repeating pattern. Green, then yellow, then red, and boom, right back to green. Another perfect, predictable loop. And for his third example, he just thinks about his phone. It's got this simple but really powerful rule, There's an action, you lock it, and then there's a perfect opposite action, you unlock it. And just like that, it's back to how it was. Same pattern again. So all of this gets him thinking, and he asks this absolutely brilliant question that really is the core of what we're talking about today. How is it possible? Why do these completely different things, a clock, a traffic light, a phone, behave in the exact same way? Well, the answer, it turns out, has nothing to do with the numbers on the clock or the colors of the light. It's about something deeper, a hidden structure. And get this, as it turns out, 3 other students were stumbling onto the very same secret in 3 completely different places. So our first student, he's at a bank, and he watches people, looks at the transactions, and realizes, wow, everything here, everything, whether you're putting money in or taking it out, it all follows this super simple, rigid set of rules. It's all just adding and subtracting. Meanwhile, student number 2 is in a computer lab, and she sees that the way we keep data safe isn't just random magic. Nope, it's all about fixed, predictable rules. Things like rotating a password or scrambling data for encryption. The whole system has a strict internal logic to it. And our third student? He's at a traffic office, and he has the same epiphany. The entire traffic system just runs on a simple, unbreakable set of rules. Red always means stop. Green always means go. It's predictable, it's non-negotiable, it's a structure. Okay, now here's the really cool part. All 3 of them, totally independently, came to the exact same conclusion. They realized, hey, it's not about the numbers on the bank statement or the dollars in the vault. It's the rules. It's the structure behind it all. That's what's actually running the world. So when they brought this to their teacher, she smiled and finally gave this hidden world a name. She called it the hidden DNA of math. And that right there is what this whole explainer is about, a field called abstract algebra. Now, it's really important to get this straight. Abstract algebra, it's not about crunching numbers or memorizing boring formulas. Forget about that. Think of it as the science of the rules themselves. It's the study of pure structure, of pure patterns. I love this analogy. Biologists, right, they study DNA to see how a whale and a hippo might be related. Well, mathematicians who study abstract algebra do the same thing. They look for a system's mathematical DNA to figure out how totally different things like a clock and a computer password system actually share the exact same deep structure. Okay, so to really get how this works, let's imagine a little story. Let's pretend that all these rules live in 3 different villages, and each village is a little more powerful, a little more complex than the last. Our first stop is the simplest village. We'll call it Group Town. Now, in Group Town, life is simple. You can do one thing, add stuff, and you can do its perfect opposite, subtract stuff. That's it. It's a totally closed, predictable system. Kind of like your ATM, right? You can deposit and you can withdraw. All right, moving on up, we get to Ringtown. Now, this place is a bit more advanced. You can do everything you could do in Grouptown, add and subtract, but now you get a brand new superpower, multiplication. This is basically the world of a shopkeeper who needs to calculate your bill by multiplying the price of an item by how many you bought. And finally, we arrive at the most powerful village of them all, Fieldtown. Here you have it all, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and the final piece of the puzzle, division. You absolutely need this for the really complex stuff, like, say, calculating a bank's interest rates. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. You can see the hierarchy, right? Each structure literally builds on the last one. A group is your base. A ring is just a group that adds multiplication. And a field? That's just a ring that adds division. Simple as that.
So, these villages, they're a nice story, but where do they actually show up in the real world? Well, let's take a look, because these different sets of rules are, believe me, operating all around us all the time. Okay, let's meet Ramesh. He's a shopkeeper. What does he do all day? He adds up items on a bill and multiplies prices by how many you're buying. Does he need division? Not really, for his basic tasks. So his entire professional world runs perfectly on the rules of a ring. Next up, we've got Suresh. He's a banker. Now, he does everything Ramesh, the shopkeeper, does, but he's got to do more. He has to figure out loan percentages, calculate interest rates, and for that, you absolutely must have division. So, Suresh, he lives and works in the more powerful world of a field.
And last but not least, meet Anita. She's a computer technician. Her job deals with things like data encryption and password cycling. Her world is all about doing something and then being able to perfectly undo it. Cycles and inverse operations. So she operates in the clean, elegant, and super fundamental world of a group.
So think about that. A shopkeeper, a banker, a computer tech. 3 totally different jobs with different numbers and different goals, but they're all running on that same hidden mathematical DNA. And that brings us to one last thought. You see the cryptography that keeps your messages private? The algorithm that suggests your next favorite song? Even the simple QR code on your concert ticket? They're all built on these exact algebraic laws. So, I'll leave you with this. Now that you know what to look for, where else do you see it? What other systems in your daily life do you now think are secretly running on one of these hidden structures?